You know what I'm really excited for? This movie cast Catwoman as the original Wasp. What is going on, Draw It 2 crew? Ramny here with a brand new drawing tutorial for you guys, and today I'm going to be showing you how to draw the Wasp from the movie Ant-Man and the Wasp. Before we begin, you guys, if you're brand new to this channel, welcome. And here I help you develop your drawing skills by showing you how to draw your favorite characters from movies, TV shows, comic books, video games, etc. So if you guys like what you see, definitely hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you guys are notified anytime I upload a brand new drawing tutorial video. So here we are, you guys. This is the Wasp. I'm very excited to finally see her in the MCU, and I think she looks like a really cool, really badass superhero. Now, the thing with the costume is that there's so much details going on with the helmet and the wings and just like here, this part right here, that I kind of had to divide this into two different videos in order to accommodate all of that. Otherwise, this would be like a one super long video, and instead of doing that, I'd rather have them in two separate videos. So that's why this is part one, and part two, which is the next one, that is the second part of this video. So are you guys ready to draw? Here are the tools that you are going to need for this tutorial. If you want more information about my art tools, I have a list that you can check out in the description of this video. Again, you guys, there are three things that you need to keep in mind as you are watching this series of tutorial videos. If you're a subscriber, you already know the drill. If not, pause it now to read this list of things that you should know before you begin. Having said all of that, let's get right to the tutorial. All right, you guys, so first things first, what we're going to do is put our paper in landscape mode. We're going to be drawing the Wasp up to kind of upper thigh-ish. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. This first part, I'm going to be drawing the a little bit of the the construction of the lines and stuff, and a little bit of the detail on the mask. And then on the second part of this drawing, I'm going to be going into the details of the body. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. I'm going to find a spot. Well, if I divide my paper like this, I'm going to find a spot right here, and I'm going to draw like a circle about this big. Okay. There you go. It's going to be, she's going to be looking this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw this line right here. Now I'm not going to figure out the shapes just yet, although I can flatten this part because it is going to be flat eventually. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to draw the neck. The neck's going to come down here and here, and it gets narrower as you go down. You don't want that neck too long, you guys, because after that is going to be the shoulder, like right below the chin. Here's the chin here. This is going to be where I'm going to draw one shoulder, and it's going to be about this size in comparison to this. So depending on how you draw this, you want this to be about a third smaller. Okay, I'm going to draw a line going down. So again, this is construction lines. I'm not too worried about getting things right first, and I want to draw all of my lines slowly and lightly. Okay, so I'm going to draw a slanted line like this, and I'm going to bring this out like this. This is going to be the chest, and then shoulder. The other shoulder, we don't really see much of it, so I'm just going to draw it as a bump like that. Okay, this extends out. So I'm going to leave it like that for now. She's going to have her arm stretched out over here on this side. Okay, let's focus over here. I think I may have made the neck too big, but that's okay. I think I'm going to lower the jaw a little bit. So don't make that neck too long. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of find the back, and the back sort of goes like this. It curves just like that behind the shoulder, okay? And if we were to draw the center line, it's going to go from here, and you'll notice the way that I draw it, you'll see that the body is twisting, right? So she's looking this direction, but her body is facing this direction. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead. I'm going to find a curve just like this. Now this is going to be the chest, and then the torso going like this. And if I were to draw this center line, it kind of goes like this. Okay, so you want to follow that nice and smooth, just like that. Okay, and then I'm building this torso around Okay, and if you guys are having a little bit of a difficult time, let me just find that this curve for you. So these two curves, see this distance here, pay close attention to that. These two lines should be parallel, and here's the chest. It comes out like this. Okay, I'm drawing it darker. I don't intend for it to be. I just want to make sure that it's clear for you guys, and I'm drawing just, there you go. Make sure you got these lines nice and curvy, just to give it that elegant look to it. Okay, so below the chest, about this far down, this is going to be the waist, and I'm going to draw a line going across. You notice this, and this, these three lines are going in the same direction, and we kind of want the arm to go in that same direction too, so I'm just going to extend the arm out like that. Okay, so now pay close attention to how small the waist is. You don't want a wide waist, that's too wide. You don't want it too narrow either, so you want it just right. So find a spot on this third line where you can get that waist just right. Okay, and that's where I have it, but we're not done. I'm going to continue this going down. Okay, this is going to go kind of going down this way, and if you did it right, you guys, we're going to find this is going to be where the crotch is going to go, or maybe a little bit lower. We'll figure that out soon. Okay, right here, just a little bit below the like this waistline, I'm going to kind of draw this bikini-like line. So it's like a swimsuit line there. And then this, you want wide hips, goes out this way. And you might want to, you'll probably need to adjust this curve according to, well, depending on how you draw. You want to make sure that the curve, you know, you don't curve out too soon and go down. You don't want that. You want this line to be a little bit smooth, like that. Okay, here's the thigh. Okay, so I found the little crotch area there, and here's the other leg. And this goes down like this. Actually, I'm going to make it a little bit more like that. Okay, so this kind of goes down, this goes down, and this goes small, or it goes narrower over here, whereas this kind of goes a little bit wide. Does that make sense to you guys? All right, so there, that's our wasp. Let's go ahead and continue with the rest of the body. Let me just clean this up. There you go, there you go. Okay, the other arm. So I'm going here now. This other arm is going to get smaller and smaller. Okay, so what we're going to do is kind of imagine this line right here. This is the chest line. Imagine a line going down this way. That's kind of how I want that arm to go. And then from the shoulder, imagine the shoulder going down this way as well. So that, you guys can see, goes narrower as you go. That is where I want to put the arm. Place the arm. I'm going to draw a band right here. That's going to be, she's got like this band just below her bicep. That's where it's going to go. And then right here, 1, 2, 3 bands. And then the hand is going to be over here. Okay, we'll worry about the hand a little bit later on. Let me just make the forearm a little bit thicker, because that's what a forearm is. It gets thick and then gets narrow again. Okay, so there's that. Let's go over here and let's worry about the armpits now. I'm going to erase this curve. And what we want to do is we want to find the shoulder over here, find that shoulder curve. Okay, and then let me draw this faintly so you can see what I'm doing here. So here's the shoulder. Make sure that the shoulder kind of curves nicely down to the back as well. Okay, so pay close attention to that. The bicep is going to be straight. Okay, and then about that far. Doesn't have to be, it doesn't need to be a long bicep. Okay, so pay close attention to that distance. Okay, here's the tricep right here. So here's the back. Here's the armpit. Armpit. This goes down and then makes its way up like this. So that's going to be the tricep, and here's a slight bicep line right there. And then of course, everything goes like that. Okay, so here's that band again, same as this one, just below the bicep, as I mentioned earlier. Okay. Keep going. This time around, I'm going to, again, make sure that you're paying close attention to the length of the hand. It's also slightly foreshortened, so it should be slightly short. Okay, here's the band. I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3 over here. Of course, they look bigger on this side than they do on this side, right? And then the hand is going to be over here, okay? The hand, I'm going to first draw this trapezoid shape, I guess. It's longer here, shorter over here. Line going the opposite direction to this curve. Okay, thumb is going to be right here, and I'm going to draw just a little hot dog, or I'm going to draw that for the thumb for now. Okay, and then divide this, you guys. Find where you want those fingers to go. Okay, one finger, and then the other finger is going to go like this. So the distance between these two fingers are going to be wider. It's going to be bigger than the distance between here and the last one here. So it's almost as if these three fingers are grouped together, and then this one is kind of separate. Okay, again, pay close attention. You don't want those fingers to be too long or too short. So take a step back, look at everything, make sure everything's right, everything looks good. Okay, and we'll worry about that a little bit later on. Again, you guys, we're still drawing the basic shape of our wasp. And so here we kind of have her already posed. Cleaning things up a little bit here. You guys might want to do that as well. Okay, now let's figure out where the wings go. And imagine the wings are kind of, here's her back. Imagine the wings are coming from kind of the similar spot. And if we were to hollow this out, her back would be, her spine would kind of look like that. And this is kind of where we want those wings to come out. Okay, so the first, this is going to be the top left wing. It's going to go out this way. Okay, and I'm going to kind of just draw that kind of line there. And then, and yeah, it extends kind of far, so you want to keep that in mind. You want that to keep going. Okay, and then the next one is going to go out this way, and it's going to be short. Kind of probably just the length of the hand here, length of the arm. Okay. Okay, this one, you don't really see much of it. It's going to be kind of like that. So I'm not even going to bother drawing it. You guys, it's just going to be hidden. But the one on the bottom right, you'll see it. It'll come out this way. Okay, so it's all coming from this spot in the back, not the front. There you go. Okay, so here, once you have that figured out, this goes up, and then it kind of goes to the tip, like that. Okay, like a feather. And then on this side, this goes further out. So this is just narrow. This goes further out. It goes straight parallel. And then this is parallel. And then now, bring this to the tip. Actually, not quite the tip. So from the tip, I drew a line going down. And then from here to there. So you want it to kind of have a feather-like look. And the bottom part is going to be wider than it is here on the top part. Okay, let's do the same thing on this side. So right around here, bring that up, and then from here to the tip. I'm going to freehand all of this, you guys. I'm not going to bother using a ruler. Okay, and then over here, start right here. This goes out, and then straight again, like parallel, right? This right here is this. It goes out again, so this is parallel to that. Okay, the tip here, bring it down slightly, and from here to there. Okay, the last thing, this wing, okay, from here goes up, bring that to the tip. Okay, and then over here you don't really see much of it. All you see is a tiny line, and then that goes in. There you go. That is pretty much the gist of our wasp drawing, you guys. I'm going to start erasing. Well, I'm just going to erase where the wings kind of go over, converge at that point there. But let's finish up, kind of draw this. So let me draw this curve here. Okay, line goes like this, and then there's a curve here, and another curve over here. So as you guys can see, that's like, here's my palm, and it's this right here. I'm drawing these two bumps, because she's gonna have her hand facing away from us. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And then slight little finger this way. So you see that's the pinky right there. The thumb, I'm gonna draw it again like a little mini sausage. There you go. And then finger is gonna be just a bump like this. And then we're gonna leave it like that. Okay, so let me zoom out now, you guys. That is the construction lines. Those are that's the basic shape, the basic pose for the wasp. Now let's go ahead. I'm going to start filling in the details now, and I'm going to start with the head. There you go. Okay, there you go, you guys. So let's start worrying about the head. And I got a brand new pencil for this because I want to make sure that I have nice and crisp lines, you know. Okay, so there's going to be slightly there you go. So what we need to do first is we need to kind of figure out the angle of the face. So what I've done here is I've already shaped it slightly so that you have this line here, a jaw, kind of like a little jaw here at the bottom. Okay, so there's those two. So shape your circle so that it starts to look like a motorcycle helmet. Okay, and then now I'm gonna find the spot right here. This is where she has her, I guess you could call it her antenna. Right there. Okay, from the antenna, I'm gonna draw a line to the chin, and then it goes straight like this. Okay, actually let me fix that up. You don't want too big of a gap. So that's it right there. Okay, at this point right here where I kind of drew it flat, I'm going to draw a circle like this. And then from that circle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find another circle inside. Okay. And then I'm going to create an edge over here for those two circles because she's going to be facing this way. So we kind of want to create this three-dimensional cylindrical shape to those. So I drew the sides on this side. I just made it slightly thicker. Okay, there you go. Now I'm going to figure out where the eye line is going to go. The eye line is going to go like this. All right, so now let's start figuring out where the goggles go. I'm going to draw a line here first. Make that two lines. Okay, this lower line, I'm going to draw this way and this way. Erasing the center there. Okay, and then two lines up at the top as well. Okay, so these goggles are going to have like a V shape. So the wasp's costume kind of has these hexagonal, like a beehive motif to them. So it kind of looks cool. It's I'm going to draw a line right here, and then two, like a hexagon, right? Two lines spreading out. And then this goes down to the second of these top two lines. And then you do the same thing over here. There you go. Fixing things up as I go, right? So there. Okay, but this time this is not going to be a hexagon. It goes like that, and then the top of the first, or the top of the two lines at the bottom, it's So it looks like this. So one small line, and then this, and then here, tiny line there, it goes like that. Okay, same thing here, one small line like this. Okay, and then this line like this, and then this goes like this, and then this kind of goes straight. This is kind of tricky, and when I tried to draw it the first time around, I got it too big. But yeah, pay close attention to that line, you guys. We're going to kind of double up on that. So I'm going back over here now. Follow those lines. Now I want to remind you guys that I'm going to skip some of the details just to keep these videos short. And it's very rare, like I mentioned, that I do a tutorial in 2 parts, and this is because the Wasp is highly detailed. There you go. So I followed just along the goggles, but what I did is here at the bottom it's kind of narrower, but here at the top it's pretty wide. Okay, so it's wider, but twice as wide here than it is down here. And that was done on purpose. There you go. So we've got our Wasp helmet, kind of. So let's start working on that. Okay, I'm going to draw a line down like this, and then this goes across like that. Okay, and then the neck. Let's kind of do the neck as well. So I'm going to draw a band that goes this way, 2, and then the third one should be right along the chest, and then another one up here at the top. There you go. All right, so let's continue working on the helmet. Okay, this right here, this point and this point, you want this to curve to the top. Okay. Okay, imagine another round ring around the ear part. From the ear, bring a line up to the top of the helmet like this. So here's like it kind of divides the front of the helmet and then the side of the helmet and the top of the helmet right there. All right, so it looks a little bit tricky. Okay, let's go over here. I'm going to draw a rectangle at the top and a rectangle at the bottom. Not really rectangle, but there's that, and then 2 dots right here. Here at the top, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another one of those trapezoid shapes, like that, and then a line above it, and then the line connects to, see this point right here where it kind of changes direction, there and there. Okay, now I'm going to draw from here 2 lines going this way, and then we're going to do the same thing. First, we find a line going down from this corner, like that. Okay, 1, 2 lines going like that. It's a little more intricate than this, you guys, so look at the reference photo, and yeah, just adjust. Okay, this goes out this way slightly. I'm going to erase this line. What we need to do is we need to bulk this up because it's filled with a breathing apparatus of some sort. So it looks like that. Line going this way, and then a red rectangle down here. We're going to need to bulk it up here on this side as well. So start over here. There you go. Line going through this way. Here's where that triangle is. From here, line going across, down towards that rectangle. Okay. And then lastly, side of that rectangle, go back, make it go up, and another notch up, and then it goes like that. All right. So that's what that looks like so far. So far so good. It's elegant, but actually quite complicated, but I hope you guys are getting it. So what I'm doing now is I'm just getting this curve right. You want to make sure you got that curve, and it kind of has a conical shape, so it kind of shaped like a cone, so it comes out like this. Okay, and then this part right here is going to be an antenna, and it comes out like that. This goes down. Now what we need to do is we need to create these series of cylinders or round curves, kind of like Captain America's shield almost. There you go, just like that. Erase the tip there, and then just one line here, and it goes like that. So there's the Wasp's antenna. We don't really see it on this side, obviously, because it's covered. Okay, and then lastly, here's this little bit right here. This is just the chin part. I'm just going to, there you go, nothing much to it. Kind of like this straightish line going across. Okay, so there you go. That is how you draw the Wasp's helmet, essentially. And in the next part, I'm going to zoom out and we're going to start working on the body. So here's what it looks like right now. There you go. And again, this is a two-parter, so stay tuned for the second part of this tutorial. All right, you guys, that's the end of part 1. Click on the video link on the top right here to go to part 2. And at this time, as you guys are taking a break, take a look, step back and take a look at your drawings and make sure you got all your proportions correct and everything. So make sure you got all of that right, and go grab a glass of water or something. Take a break, and then let's get back to it in part 2.